Okay, so I wanted to talk about psychedelics. I'm kind of winging it right now, but I'm starting off with some inspiration because music usually helps inspire me. When I'm thinking about psychedelics, Jim Morrison usually helps inspire me a little. The time to hesitate is through. Okay. I know people only want to watch so much of that. um, we're gonna listen to it at the end when he climaxes, okay? But I want to talk about mind expansion psychedelics because that time of year is coming up. I mean, it's St. Patrick's Day, and today is a drinking holiday. I've been really mean about. I don't want to say I've been mean to alcohol, but a lot of times throughout my life, I've like judged alcohol more. I don't as much as I used to. I think moderation is always key, you know, but I think even alcohol can sometimes help with creativity. And I mean, that goes without saying, you know. And also, something about alcohol is it does allow you to, in the right dose, almost be yourself or let your guard down. We all have so many guards down, and I think that's why we abuse alcohol so much, is because we're like so tired of having our fucking guard up all the time that we want to get drunk to just like feel like the release of having it down. But you know, there's a real shadow to alcohol, like big time shadow. So it needs to be in moderation. It can be a dark, heavy drug, but there's something about it that I think helps us relax. I mean, it helps take the edge off, you know, because life is hard, like life is edgy. But that's also why I feel like true psychedelics, I don't think of alcohol as a psychedelic, but if you think about it, like everything is mind expansive, you know, in one way or another, or it's mind contracting in a way, you know, like depression, like fear and negative thoughts are very contracting, you know, whereas other things are expanding. And I also think of that, I think of alcohol as being more contracting of our consciousness, whereas other drugs are more expanding of our consciousness. But I was sort of thinking about trips, you know, like there's phases in my life that are like kind of trippy, you know, and sometimes those involve actual psychedelics and sometimes they don't. Like I was thinking about the couple years I did Bikram yoga, like that was kind of a trip, like it was like mind altering in a way, and I was like kind of addicted to it in a good way. I mean, that's not a bad thing to be addicted to, but you go through like trips, you go through things, journeys, you know, with beginnings and endings that change you in a big way. And that's a beautiful thing about a trip, you know, an acid trip or a mushroom trip. I prefer acid, of course, but is it's like this microcosm of the macrocosm, and it is about a journey, you know, and it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. You get through it. You're like, shit, I didn't know if I was going to make it, but I did, and I'm here, and the sun is shining, and like I'm born again. But where do I go? Okay, so I started because of St. Patrick's Day. Today is a drinking holiday. But April, I think of as sort of the psychedelic month. I mean, we have 420, it's spring, and it's personal to me because I first did acid. It was like April 21st, I think. It was like the day after 420. And it's just like, that's such a great time of year to, when you start to want to expand, or if you enjoy psychedelics, you kind of want to be outside. So spring, summer is like when everything is so alive again, you know? So psychedelics do that. But so I was talking about, yeah, like you have phases in your life or things that you do that feel like a little trip, like it's a journey. And for me, I'm on this tarot trip now, which I hope is a longer trip. I hope that it's not something that ends anytime soon. I don't really see that happening just because of my deep like longing and interest in it and for it. But it's a psychedelic experience a little bit because it's mind expansive. Like the level of mind expansion I've been experiencing with the cards is just very cool. And I think that's why I like it so much, because I'm very into mind expansion, like opening your consciousness, looking at things in a different way, the bigger picture, like the ways in which the spirals can go, like the pathways you can go down. They're infinite, they're endless, and they're all beautiful and meaningful and have so much information in them. And psychedelics help open that too, you know, like, you know, things like tarot or meditation and yoga or whatever, all those things are mind expansive. Like, they can get you there for sure. You can go on a trip, you know, but the truth is that I do believe that psychedelics are like specific tools. They are here to help us, you know, and they were put here for a reason, to interact with our brain in a specific way, and it opens us up in a way that changes us. That I don't know what is up with my throat today, but that changes us in a way, and they help us expand our knowledge, and it's evolution. It's conscious evolution. You know, we've evolved so much in the physical. Like, that's what the age of the Aquarius, like the new age, you know, the 2012 shit. Like, it's all about raising the vibration, changing our consciousness, and psychedelics are here to help us do that. Whether you get that or not, or like fully believe it, it's true. Like, it's not just drugs, you know, heroin kills you. Like, LSD awakens you. It's just, it's the truth. So, I don't like to lump drugs together. And I was thinking last night about how, which I don't even know if this is true, how they used to say when you're young that if, we missed it. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Try to set the night on fire. Try to set the night on fire. I know, I'm sorry. But how, like, when you were young, they used to tell you a scary story, like, if you do acid, it's in your spine forever. And it's like, yeah, good. It's in here forever. Like, I want it to be. Like, I want to remember that forever. And because I'm a mother, okay, I'm a 4-year-old, so I haven't done many psychedelics in the last 4 years, but they stay with you. It stays with you. You remember. It expands you in a way that you don't forget. So, is that enough? My lipstick ideas again? No. Oh, and I didn't even touch on weed. I'm obviously, like, I was born to fight for weed. I truly believe that in whatever ways I can. I don't know how hard I fight for it. I definitely work for it. But it's something that, you know, I feel like I was meant to do. The plant has always called me. What am I, 33? So it's been like almost 20 years. And I never thought that my life would center around it in such a way. I never thought I would see the things that I've seen happen with it. And sometimes it almost feels like a burden, honestly, to have to, like, fight for it, because it's discriminated against. It's still stigmatized. And there's a lot of interest. There's a lot happening with it, but it's still hard, you know. It's still like we're weed warriors, and this way of thinking, this way of being, this way of living, it's not accepted by the masses. It's certainly not accepted by big money out there, by, you know, the powers that be. So I feel like, you know, weed is about expanding your consciousness. It is about opening up your heart. It's about relaxing you. It's about healing you. And there have been powers fighting against that for so long that it's just a very deep hole that we are climbing out of and digging out of, energetically and literally. And it's work, but it's worth it. And this drug, this plant is, it's not going anywhere. It's meant to be here at this time. So it's meant to be getting to as many people as it is right now. And that's a part of our ascension. That's a part of the change, you know? And that is a part of the way that psychedelics and opening our consciousness, it raises the vibration of the planet. It can change the earth. I mean, it can change the way we are. So, but we are in something so deep that you truly almost need, I know so many people would disagree with me, I'm sure, but like you almost need a tool or something to help turn that switch on in your brain, because it's been turned off for so long that it's very hard to, like, remember, you know. But then once you turn it on, you're like, I remember, you know, like oneness, unity, the ether, you know, like you remember, and whatever that means for you. So that's probably enough. But one thing that was mind expansive for me in tarot is, like, you have your tarot decks, you have your oracle decks, different takes on tarot. There's just endless. But what I didn't understand is there was this specific deck called a Lenormand deck. And so like Lenormand is the type of deck, and like there's different brands of Lenormand. So like this is a Lenormand, and I didn't know this was a Lenormand, and this one always talked to me in like a weird psychic way. So I kind of like the Lenormand decks. So I got this one that has kind of brighter, more colorful. I love both of them though. But this was kind of mind expansive because it's like these cards are so interesting in the ways that they change how you can think about things. But it's like, it's just so funny that a different type of deck with just like random images can like take you in just like this whole other direction. There's a whole other psychic turn on. You're like, oh, whoa, even this is different. And like, for some reason, the Lenormands are kind of basic. Like they're meant to be kind of simple and physical, but they almost speak to me in a more psychic or mystical way than any of the other ones. I don't know why. So I'll just show you a couple cards before I close out here of our little psychedelic journey, which is so cute because this looks like a little psychedelic house. Like I would totally love to do acid in that house. I would love to be there tripping. But it's cute because the house means house, home, foundation. It's cool because I pulled the 4th house in the other reading today. And so it's a house, it's number 4, the 4th house. There you go. The 4th house is home. It's the moon. It's the mother. And then with that, after that, we got the stork card, number 17. And usually means a message, messengers, new beginnings, something coming in. The sun is rising there slowly. They're opening up to the light. So that's a good message. And then I always love when I get this guy, the gentlemen's. So there's a naked gentleman and a clothed gentleman. We got the naked gentleman today. Here he is, number 28. Our little Fabio there with his Mars necklace. Ooh, buddy. So I don't know what my interpretation of this is exactly. Some like gentleman bringing some message to your house. I'm sure that's a great message for a lot of people out there. I don't know, but anyway, those are the Lenormands. And I got this twice, which is the whip. And I'm like, I got it in the first one. I was like, no, I'm going to put you away. I don't want to see you today. And it came out again. I'm like, oh my gosh, fine. The whip is not positive though, I'll tell ya. Oh, they call it the birch or the broom. Be warned of high temper. I bring conflict and strife. You will find me in competitions because I work with repetition. Arguments and quarrels are my patent, but I'm not always a villain. I can be found in the gym or in a lusty bed on a whim. Okay, buddy. So maybe these two have something going on. The whip and this naked guy here. So, but the Lenormands are just, I don't know, like sometimes if I just need a quick pull, I just pull one and I'm like, oh, I know what it's saying and it'll make me feel good. Even pulling the whip is not even that bad, you know, so, hey, it said in a lusty bed on a whim or in the gym. That's not so bad. But maybe that's what you do with that negative whip energy is you, like, get it out in other ways. Like, don't fight with people. Like, go to the gym or, you know, get it out in other ways if you can. Like, I'm sure this guy would like to get it out. So, anyway, but that's my little take on the Lenormands, which I love. I'll try to do a more clear reading with Lenormands another time. And my little psychedelic philosophy or journey. I hope everyone enjoyed. Oh, yeah, and I want to say my last wrap, because I had 3 wraps in my my other video. My other wrap today, which I don't know if it applies, but I guess it kind of does, but it was that, and Stefan, my cousin, loves this song. He knows, but if you don't know, now you know, Libra. So have a great full moon, everybody. Peace out. Love you.